All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are live here at Steinway Billiards. You guys are watching the 2013 World 14.1 Straight Pool Championships. My name is Michael Bad Stubiner. You guys know me as Fingers. It's a whole lot easier to pronounce than Bad Stubiner. And I'm being joined in the booth by another good guy.
Okay, I'm Jane Mann, and Mike, you may have heard this line before, but this is my first time.
Real? Okay, I'll be gentle with you then. Okay. I'll take my time.
All they can hear.
We're gonna have a good match coming up. I think Thorston Hohmann's playing Warren Kiamco, and you guys know Thorston's straight pool game. He is dynamite. He shoots straight. His eye runs 408 balls, I believe. Warren Kiamco, I'm not too familiar with his straight pool game. I don't know if you are.
No, he's not really a straight pool player, but
Right.
like all the Filipinos, he can shoot, he can make shots, he can play position.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do.
Right.
Thorston just came off last week in Edison, New Jersey, where he won the Make It Happen Invitational.
Right.
And went 6-2 and 2 over 100, 3 over 100, I believe. So we all know he can play, and he's won this event twice.
Yeah, I think he's looking to make it 3 times. Again, both of these guys, it should be a good match. I think we're still on a round-robin stage. There's 6 players and I think 8 different groups, and they all play each other. There's 5 matches that they'll play, so that everyone gets to play each other. And the top 2, I think, from each group will advance in the later stages of the tournament, which is a single-stage elimination. And at that point, the races get a little bit bigger. I think they go to 150. And towards the end of the event, I believe it's the finals race to 200.
I believe so. That's what it's been in the past years. But of course, in a race to 100 with players of this caliber, it's almost like a game to 25 with regular players.
Right.
Lightning can strike, and you can have big upsets.
Yeah. Well, we had 200 outs, at least 200 outs yesterday. I think Ralph Ecker was the first one to have 100 out. And then Mika Immonen ran 100 out. And I'm sure there was at least one more after that. They had a couple more matches after that yesterday.
Right. And also there was one of those upsets because a fellow closer to my age, Earl Herring, did beat Thorston.
Right. Well, Earl's an old straight pool player from years ago.
That's right.
And it just proves that the game doesn't leave you. I mean, as long as you got your wits about you and you don't have any kind of injury, you can play well into your 60s, 70s, and still compete, against the best players in the world. All right, Thorston's racking. This would be a good game. I think we're still going to 100. I think the races are still to 100.
That's correct.
And again, this is only Tuesday. These guys are going to be here until Sunday, I believe. Finals are going to be on Sunday, I think.
No, I believe they're Saturday.
Oh, they Saturday?
Yep.
Okay, well, you still got a full week almost of the best straight pool action pretty much on the planet. You got the world's greatest players here. And not only in straight pool, you got the world's best 10-ball player. Darren Appleton is here. Shane Van Boning is here. You got 9-ball, straight pool, 10-ball. These guys are here to compete, because you put a cue in their hand and they can play any game.
And evidence of that is that Shane's opening game, he ran 100.
Did he?
Yes,
There you go. And Shane's definitely not known for a straight pool. We'll see how Thorston does here with the break. He just wants to get that cue up on the end rail, which he did pretty good, it looks like. Yeah.
Always curious that he breaks for the other side that from most right-handed players.
Right. And he broke very well. Warren doesn't really see anything. I don't think he has anything right here. But what he wants to do, though, he wants to go down, and what I try and teach people or tell people is that you got to go down and look at the rack. Every time you nudge a ball or brush the rack, you owe it to yourself to go down there and look to see if there's a dead ball or if there's maybe a kiss shot or somehow you can put a ball down and keep going. Because if you don't see it and your opponent sees it, you could be sitting down for a long time.
Well, he didn't hear you because he stayed 9 feet away.
Exactly.
There could have been a dead one in there.
All right. It looks like he left Thorston to 1 ball. And again, Thorston really should get down there and look. He does have a shot at the 1. He's probably going to go into the 2. He's got to be a little careful of that because he might not end up with another shot. There's no other shot really that looks available if he's on the outside of the rack.
Right.
So take a second and look at the stack because you never know what you see. If he plays the 1, there's a chance maybe the 8-9 close enough. You know, he can play a combo if he can get that outside. Now, that might be what he's looking at now.
Right, right.
You know. But a lot of times people just get up and they say, oh, I'm going to play this, and they do it, and they leave a dead one for their opponent. The guy steps to the table and he rifles it in. And
let's see if he misses it. Is that the 2 ball?
that's the one he's shooting.
Yeah, but let's see if
he can get around it, too. Yeah, he did that very well.
He left a shot.
Exactly.
He's got to go over the top, though.
Oh, he's got the 11, too. Look, he might have the 11 in the side, but he does have the 2. And from there, he can get up top of the rack, and he'll have a shot. Looks like the 15 might go in the corner if he can get back, the cue past the 4 ball. The 8 and 9 still might be good. He might be able to get above the 9 and play the 8 in the opposite corner pocket. You know, he does have options. And again, like you said, it's a quick race to 100 for these guys. You know, it's like normal people playing like race to 25. It's over before you know it.
Well, he's going over the top.
Looks like he's going to go forward. Well, he just decided to stop it and spin back. He's going to play, I think, maybe the 11, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a shot to play the 11. Looks like he's going to play it in the corner past the 4. I mean, but he does have more than one shot. He's got the 4, too, but I think if he plays the 11, that opens the 5 ball up so that this way he'll have another shot, another chance of keeping his run going.
And he's going right up, and he's going to touch that ball.
Nah, it looks like he's going to go right around everything.
Yep.
Good shot. He's got the 4 on the side now, and then he's got if he draws back just a little bit, he can play the 15 and go back into the stack a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's one thing you guys can learn from watching Thorston Hohmann play straight pools, how to take the rack apart. There's a reason he runs 400. You know, it's not something he's only done once or twice. The guy is a machine. He knows how to take the rack apart.
Okay.
Perfect.
There he is.
Perfect. Yeah, he's just going to pound this one with a little bit of center ball. He might have a touch of bottom on it to keep him from going too down far.
Mm-hmm. There goes.
Yeah, we see the draw pull him back up a little bit, so he's got a shot coming down.
Yep. He's safe going in both directions.
Exactly. Worked out well. He's got a little cluster in the center, but the 3 goes. That other strike ball will go in the lower left-hand pocket that he's shooting at now. So again, he's really got to look now for a break shot. And he looks like he's got 2 openings now for a break. The 11 does look a little high. Yeah, and see, he just nudged the 3 over. It's a little closer to the pack than the 10 ball was, but it's not too bad from there. But now he's got to get that 14 out of the way, so he's got a pocket for the 10. He might want to do that right now.
That's what he's looking at.
No, he's taking the 6 out. Yeah, he's going to put that in the side and come back into the center of the table.
He didn't.
Well, see, he pushed the 10 back down towards the rack, giving him a better break shot, and he knew he was going to have that stripe in the corner. That's what these guys do better than anybody. You know, they can position balls around. They don't need a break shot. They'll manufacture their own break shot. You know, they'll create something that wasn't there a minute ago.
Oh, still pushing him. I'm not sure that ball needed to be contacted.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more angle on the 8 than he wanted. I think he's going to try and come back up between the 2 strike balls. Maybe it's the 13 and the 10. Yeah, he decided to go around him, which works too, you know. I mean, these guys, there's more than one way to get out of a rack. Sometimes it's a little hard to call what they're going to do because there's 6 different options, you know, none of which are wrong. It's just that down there, they're seeing things at a little bit different angle than we can see them up here in the booth. But again, if you watch what they do, you know, and I tell this to a lot of people too, is that go out and get yourself a DVD of these guys playing pool, okay? Watch what they're going to do, pause the DVD, and tell yourself, well, I would play it this way, you know, and lay out the balls the way you would play it, and then press play and see how he plays it. And notice the differences and think of why he did it the way he did it. And you can see the results that they get, and then you can learn better position play and better pattern play just by watching these top players. You know, what works for them will work for you. You just got to put in the time and effort and want to get better, and it's available to you. No reason why people can't run 100, 200 balls. You got to want to do it, though. He'll probably come forward one round, play the 7-ball in the pocket he's standing by.
Mm-hmm.
He spun it to go 2 rails, which is still all right. He's just got to roll this forward. He might have to go to the end rail with this one.
I'm wondering about that. It looks like it's a little too far below the key ball to
just roll it in.
Without a roll, yeah.
Right, yeah, he's going to go to the end rail. A little bit of inside, high inside.
Nope.
Well, it was a little fuller hit than what we thought from where we're sitting. But there you go. Thorston Hohmann is off and running. Warren Kiamco better watch out. And the one thing I've noticed about Warren's game is that I'm not going to say when he shoots it looks like he doesn't care. You know, he doesn't show any emotion. He doesn't show any excitement. He just gets up there and he kind of does what he does, you know. It looks like, well, you know, if it goes, it goes. If not, there's always the next shot. That's what I get from him, from watching his game.
But a nice advantage for the viewers who are trying to learn from the drop pockets is when they clear the pockets at the end of a rack, you'll see how much of the game was played at the money side of the table.
Exactly. I think 85% of the shots are made in the lower two corner pockets. There's about 10 to 12% that are made in the side pockets, and every now and again 2 or 3% of shots are going to be in the upper corner pockets.
Okay.
Yeah, he should be fine here. He'll have a shot in the 2-ball, it looks.
Yep.
Unless that touched. It's hard to see from where we're sitting.
Mm-hmm. We can't see where it is on the monitor. It looks like he can make it.
I think he can. Just the way he looks like he's walking around the table. He's looking at something else already. And when he breaks, you see him break, he drags that ball back up to the end rail all the time on his breaks. He powers through him and he gets draw right back to the end rail, which is not really, I guess, the typical way a straight pool player would take the rack apart, but he hammers that ball and he gets it way off the end rail and back in towards the balls for an easier shot.
Well, depending on the angle, another one he likes to do is to hit it with inside and kill it against the side rail. And,
right.
Of course, when you're hitting the ball with inside, it makes the shot how many times harder?
Yeah, a lot. But that's what these guys do, you know. It's because he's done it 12,000 times already, you know. And repetition, practice makes perfect, in other words. He knows how the ball's going to react. And I notice he'll hit a lot of racks, too, soft, like what you said, knowing that he'll get one of the top balls to bounce off the side rail to give him a shot in the side pocket. So he doesn't have to explode the rack on certain situations, which is another key thing to learn, because a lot of times players, they just want to explode the rack. They think they have to explode it, you know, and get the balls apart. You really don't. You just got to pick a few out and get another shot, pick out a few more, and before you know it, the racks are already apart. You don't have to go crazy trying to explode the pack. He might draw up for the 9-ball next. He decided to go forward. He looks like he's going to play. Maybe the 11 goes past the 4. Or he'll play the 15-4 combination, it looks like.
Yeah, he's looking at the combination.
See, and everything's got a pocket right now. He doesn't have to go into anything. By going into more balls right now, the only chance he's going to make or the only chance that's going to, the only thing that can happen is that he could tie something else up. Everything goes. Don't bother, messing with it. You start nudging balls now, you're going to create problems where there weren't any. He's got a break shot on the 9 ball. 13 looks like a good key ball. He's got to get the 7 ball out of there. That's really his only problem. And if he gets above the 11 where he's standing now, he can play the 11 and nudge the 7 out. Now he's got the 1. He can roll forward, a little bit of spin. He can get on the 11 now if he wants to.
I think that's where he's going.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention now. I don't think he wants to go into him right here. But if he plays the 6 in the corner, see, he's looking what kind of angle he's going to have. The 14 might go past the 7. If it does, he'll do that next. Perfect, because he can play the 14, then he'll play the, I guess, whatever other stripe ball it is that's next to it. No, he decided to go to the 13, which is fine. Now he'll have a straight-in angle on that other ball. And once he plays that, he's got the other 2 in the lower left-hand pocket. Piece of cake.
Now, do you think he's going to leave the cue ball in the rack?
No. No, the key ball here I think is going to be the 7 ball.
Okay.
He'll almost stop this right here, play the other stripe in the lower right-hand pocket.
All right, it's went a little bit. It went a little.
Yeah, he went a little forward. That's fine too, because now all he has to do is he can either still play a stop shot and drift up a little bit, or roll forward towards the side rail and back out. He's got 2 other balls that will go in that lower left-hand pocket, so he really has no problems. And depending on what angle he gets after this shot, he'll either play the 7 or the 11. Now he can play the 7 and draw back to the side rail with a little bit of an angle so that he can come up table. He overdrew it a little bit. I can't tell. It's hard for me to tell from here if he has to go forward 2 rails or if he can draw at 1 rail with a little bit of spin. And judging by his cueing, he's going to go forward 2 rails.
High, yeah.
A little bit of high right and come back towards the center of the table.
And
Yeah, perfect. That would be a good word, right?
no surprise. Okay, I'm going to duck out of the booth. I think that's my move.
Thorston's racking the balls. I believe he is up. That's 28 to nothing against Warren Kiamco. Again, we're here at Steinway Billiards, the 2013 World 14.1 Straight Pool Championships. I want to give a shout out to some of the stream sponsors, InsidePoolMag.com. All you guys know JR and Alvin. Jesus, man. The amount of work that these guys do for you guys so that you can watch this event and these type of events, these guys are all over the country. And if you guys don't buy them a beer when you see them, man, that's an injustice, man. They're giving this to you for free. How do you beat that? You know, Alvin lives in the control booth running these wires and cables and cameras and mics and computers and holy cow. But look at the picture you're getting. This is perfect. JR, if you're hearing me, JR, love you, buddy. Stepping in the booth with me is going to be my good friend and co-commentator, Upstate Al. As we watch Thorston take apart another rack. How you doing, Al?
All right, not bad. Take apart another rack.
Yeah, he's this 3rd rack he's working on. He's got no problems. He's got a little congestion on the right-hand rail, which I think he takes care of right now. He plays the 6, he rolls up, he plays the combination because he's got the 7 hanging in the pocket. Perfect.
There it is.
Yep.
He's just got to be careful. He's going to play the...
Now he can do anything. He can draw back and play the 8 next in the opposite
Well, if
corner.
he plays that combination of 15 into the 5, he's got to watch the 5 where it's going to go. If he hits it too hard, it could trap up some low balls.
No, he won't play with that. He'll play with the 11, it looks like. Perfect. Can you say perfect?
Yeah.
He's already got the 8 as his break, or the 13. And again, it's this quick race to 100. You know, Warren might not get out of his chair again to shoot. He's got really no issues right here. It just depends on what kind of break shot he wants. Both of the 8 and the 13, it looks like, are a little high on the pack for a good break shot. But, you know, hey, he might move another ball closer. He might nudge one of them closer.
Could happen.
We saw it in the last rack he did. He pushed another ball closer to the stack.
I'm just sitting and I'm watching the way he's shooting here. It's, you know, I was talking to Ralph Eckert, and I mentioned that break where he draws off the pack and goes up to the short rail and comes back out to the center.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him who was doing it. He said, "Oh, that's Thorston's break."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's well known.
Yeah.
He's well known for his break, for that style.
Champion straight pool.
Yeah. You guys want to copy a game after somebody, do it after this guy. That wouldn't be a bad strategy, you know. All right, he's going to go for that combination now, I think.
Yeah, he's right in line for it. Draw it back a little bit. He's got the 8.
Yeah, he's got the 8 or the 15. The 15 looks like it's going to stay right there. Perfect. He might end up using the 4 ball as his key ball. Depending on how he gets here, he can just roll up, play the 8 next, and play the 10, 4, 13. He'll be a little high in the pack. But from where the 4 is, if he plays a stop shot in any pocket on the 4, he'll get into the stack from the 13.
Yeah, that seems like a good route. Yeah, absolutely.
This will give him 42. He's almost halfway there. Quick race to 100, folks. These guys don't miss. That's what people don't understand. You know, they don't miss.
He lost his first match, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost to Earl Herring.
Yeah.
Earl was a good player in his own right. I mean, he's
still shoots.
Yeah, plays from back in the day, but that's what I was saying.
Flashback. Don't let Earl get a flashback.
Absolutely. Catches a stroke. He knows how to play. That's the whole thing. As long as you keep your faculties about you and you can still stand and see, you can still compete.
But I was outside talking with Oliver Ortman. I said, "You got to be out of your mind. You are crazy." He said, "Why?" He's left the back stats. Make it happen. Went to Sarajevo or somewhere to play in a tournament. Played out there. Flew back to New York City and right to the pool room he came to get this tournament. Talk about travel.
Wow.
There you go. Dedication.
Where did he fly to?
Sarajevo.
What? Back to Europe?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. No wonder he wasn't here this week. I mean, early in the week, yeah, but...
made it.
That's crazy.
And then I think flying after this is out to Germany.
Yeah.
A lot of airtime.
Oh, yeah. He's probably got fly miles.
I would say.
He's probably got a seat in the cockpit. He's got enough miles to get the co-pilot seat.
I think Ralph is
the king of that, huh?
King of travel.
Yeah.
Who didn't have to make it here because he is in Germany. Efren's out.
I thought Ralph was here.
Efren's out there in Germany also.
Is he? No, I thought Ralph Sakay was here today, or this week. Oh. All right. Looks like he can clip the top of the pack here. He's not going to hit this too hard, I don't think. Yeah, he just clipped it.
fired at it, too.
Yeah, he got a little unfortunate. The 10 ball is kind of blocking his only pocket. He's got the, looks like the 14. He can cut the 14 in this. I would go with the corner.
Cut it down the corner here to the right.
Yeah, because no matter where he ends up table, he's got either corner pocket. You know.
That's severe, though.
Oh well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Where are you going to play safe from here? I do see one safe. If he plays the 5 ball between the 1 and the 11, it looks like, towards the end rail, with a little bit of a high ball, he can wedge up onto the 1 almost, or kind of wedge up in that little cluster.
It looks like he might be able to get in between that 3-6 or the 7.
That's what I mean, yeah. If he can get the cue ball in between there, a touch maybe up on the 7 or the 1.
Well, let's see what the 2-time world champion does here.
Yeah, he's playing my original shot. He's going to cut that in the corner. He'll have the 3 next.
It was severe cut.
Yeah, he undercut it. Well, again, it was a hard shot. It was a little unfortunate after he broke. A good friend of mine, Eddie Culhane, just walked by. All right, Warren's got a chance now. He's got to make something happen. Looks like he's playing the 14. And he's got shots now. He didn't want to get straight on this 10, that's for sure.
I'm going to step back out. Gene is back from whatever he had to do, so we'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, looks like he's got enough of an angle on the 4 ball to pocket that and go into him. He might want to draw this one back because if he glances off the, looks like the 2, he'll come up table a little bit. At least he'll have the 3 ball next. He just decided to punch into it. That's good. He's still got the 11. He opened everything else up. He does have a break shot with the, looks like the 15. Alrighty. And he's just going to start picking balls off. You know, Warren's not really known for a straight pool. But again, he's a Filipino. How bad can he shoot? You know, I think the guys are born with a piece of chalk in their hand. He doesn't really have any issues. I mean, he's got to get the 6 out of there. And he's got to get, it looks like, the 13 out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in order to get to them, he's got to get the, looks like it's the 4 ball out of there. And he'll just start picking balls apart, picking them off one at a time.
Yeah, I don't really get the sense that he has a clear idea about how to do this, but just wants to get to the middle of the table and leave himself as many possibilities.
Right.
So that it gets clear to him what he wants to do.
Right. Yeah, I don't think his pattern play is as, you know, I guess focused as the rest of the guys, because that's what they play. They play straight pool. Once you develop a little bit of a taste for the game, you pick up, you start seeing the patterns easier, you start seeing the shots more clearly. And I'm not going to say Warren looks a little confused out there.
Well, go ahead and say it.
But yeah, you could mention that. You know, you could say he's going to go into the stack again.
Yeah,
it looks like, and you really don't need to. You see now he's got to shoot his break shot in the side or play the combination. You know.
Right. Okay. Break shot's gone. Got to shoot a combination.
Well, yeah, he'll play the combo. He does still have the break a little high on the pack, but If he doesn't want to shoot the combination, he's got to play it now. He might even go into it. I don't think he will. He'll probably just miss it. There you go.
Okay.
And again, he can still shoot. You know, he can recover. If he makes a mistake or gets out of line, it's not that big of a deal, you know. He's got the skill set to get back in line, which is, again, it's another hallmark of these top pros. You get out of line, you get right back in line. The average player is going to take 3, 4, 5 shots maybe to get back into a line where they can continue. These top pros, 1 or 2 shots, they're right back where they were.
Yeah, no, because if we're figuring that his break shot is at high 11,
yeah, if that's going to be his break, it's going to have to be at this point.
oh, he's gonna.
He'll leave one of either the 4 or the 7 as his key
That's
ball.
right, yes.
He'll be up table. He'll have angle to get right into the stack. He might want to play this and come back up right where he is again. Even if he gets a little higher than where he is right now, he's got a shot at the. Excuse me, he's got a shot at the 3, the 4, or the 6. He's got to get the 6 ball out of there. That's what he's got to work on next. He's got to get that 6 ball out of there. I think he'll thin this and come right back up towards where he is now. If he goes a little too far, he's got the 6. Doesn't go far enough, he's got the 4. You see, now he can play the 6 and get back up again and shoot the 3 next. See, he's perfect on the 3. He can just draw this back a little bit, and then whichever one he wants to shoot, he probably shoot the 4. He can roll forward a little bit on the 4 and play the 7 on the side. Well, he got more of an angle.
A little bit on the wrong side of it for doing that.
Yeah, and he knows it too. That's why he's sitting there thinking. Now he's got to correct himself, and like I said before, a novice player will get into this situation and he won't get out of it. That's why their run comes to an end. You know, and these top pros, he might nudge the ball right now.
Yeah.
Knowing he's still got a shot though, and now he just has to play this with a little bit of high right, come back across into the center of the table, and he's perfect, right back in position. Now, what I tell people is that when you try, you gotta do what the table tells you. You have to listen to what the table says. A lot of times it sounds stupid, but it works. You have to, like I said, you have to listen to what the table is telling you, because the lay of the balls will dictate what pockets they need to go in. And if you can understand that and you can see that, you can hear it. It sounds crazy, but the table tells you what to do next. And based on what he had, he knew the cue was going to go into that 7, so he accepted it. That's what the table said. That's what he did. A lot of times amateurs don't want to do that. And like I said, 2 shots, he got out of position a little bit when he played the 3. 2 shots later, he's perfectly back in position again. He's ready to take apart this next rack, you know. He's not going to hand over the reins to Thorston and say, hey, man, it's all yours. So we'll see what he does. He's got a perfect break shot.
Of course, an issue on his height. Where the cue, when you have a cue ball this close to the center pockets, a man that short is going to be stretching a little bit.
Right.
He seems to be pretty comfortable with it, though.
Right. Well, again, because he's probably done it,
Right.
100,000 times. So he knows. And again, he didn't smash him like Thorston did. He looked at the rack. He knew that if he just came forward a little bit, he would push 1 or 2 balls down. He'll have a shot. Now he can go forward, hit him again.
Ooh.
Oh, he's a little unfortunate there.
I was just going to say something about having lots of insurance balls, but not if you land there.
I didn't think he would hit that high in the stack. I thought he would come in lower. He would have had the 3 next. Okay, now he's going to try and play the combination. Either that or he's going to play the 1 or the 9. Looks like he's going to play the 9 off the 4. Off
Okay.
the 4, off the 14. Yeah, off
There
the 4
goes.
ball.
There goes. Okay.
See, now he's back in position again. He doesn't want to be on a rail, but
No,
you have
no.
to accept what you have. You know, again, this is what the table gives you. He's got to play the 3.
And he's going to hit balls or else go way up table.
Well,
So,
yeah, if he gets through that little peak right there, that little
yeah.
opening, which he could. See?
There he goes.
That's what he had. That's what he accepted. He didn't have any other choice, really. But now at least he's got the 12 on the side, it looks like. And again, he's a problem solver. That's what's good about the Filipino players. They're all good problem solvers. Not even the Filipinos. All the top pool players in the country, in the world practically. They're all good problem solvers. And that's all a game of pool is. It's just a little bit of a problem. How do you solve it? What do you do from here? You know, and they know how to do that better than anybody. And again, he still has to get into that stack right there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from here, he can play the 11, it looks like, the bottom strike. Looks like the 11. He can play that and come 3 rails and get above
That's right.
the 6. You know, if he gets above the pack, he'll have the 6. He can go into him with the 11, it looks like, on the side, or the 14 ball for his insurance.
Yeah, he's got to get top side of the pack, and then he can work.
Yeah, just right hand spin, high right, for 2 rails.
Okay, he can.
Perfect. A little far away, but then that's what he had. You can play the 4 from here. Play a stop shot on the 4, play the 11 in the side, roll up a little bit, and then play the 6. If he's too far away, he can play the 11 right now and go into him.
Yeah.
Just pretend this is like a regular break shot. That's what he's going to do.
Yep.
Q's going to come off the 6.
Okay.
But just still, he broke him out. He's got a shot. He's got an 8-ball break shot. He's got a little trouble on the left-hand side with a 4 and 5, it looks like, with a 4 and 3. He's the 5. And he's going to try and work on that now. He's got a little bit of an angle on this ball here. He might want to come forward with a little bit of right-hand spin to come underneath the 7. He'll have the 6 on the side. He can have the 2 on the side.
Looks like he's drawing.
Yeah, looks like he's going to come back. Well, yeah, he either overdid it or he underdid it. All right, we're working on some mic issues. Not me, the microphone.
Yeah.
Some technical, yeah, a little bit of an equipment issue. So, and he came up a little too high. He wanted to shoot the 7 next, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, he came up a little too high. We didn't come up high enough to get the shot on the 6. He's got to play the 6 from here, I think. Well, he doesn't have to. He can shoot his 8. He can shoot the break shot. In that case, he's got to maybe work with the 2 ball as his break shot. The 6 looks like it's a little too high for a traditional break shot. He can use that to play in the side pocket, perhaps. Now, he might play the 4 ball right here.
Yeah, he can see it.
Yeah. Well, here's another interesting shot. He could play the 2 ball and kind of pound it a little bit to bank the 5 over towards the stack. Yeah. If the 5 banks over, he might have a break shot. He might be able to bank the 5 into the 4 and push the 4 out towards the break shot.
I think he's going for the cut. There it goes.
Yeah, he played the 4, which worked. He broke him out. He's got the 14. From there, he can shoot. He's going to leave the 6, I think, as his break shot. 6 or the 2 ball. I would leave the 2. It looks to me like it's easier to get into the stack. And if that's the case, he'll leave the 5 as his key ball. You could just stop this, maybe draw it just a touch to get on the 6. He'll shoot the 6 next. From there, he can get on the 7, and then the 5, and then on the 2.
Okay.
But, you know, he's methodical, if anything, this guy. Nothing phases him. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. He's on the 7. You get just a stop shot here. I think he'll roll forward a little bit, though.
Yeah.
He wants a better angle on the 5 on the side. Because if he stops now, he's going to have to go to the end rail.
Here we go. That's looking very good.
Yeah. Can you say perfect? So now he's just going to roll this forward. And again, the triangle that these guys work with at the end of the rack is the ball before your key ball, and the break shot. They want to try and get those 3 in a triangle so that it's a stop, stop, stop practically. And again, a lot of the amateurs don't do that. The pros do it because it guarantees them a break shot. It guarantees them an easy position for the break shot. And at the end of the rack, you know, the closeout of the rack, there's 3 balls. You don't want to have to go into rails or carom or kick it. You know, you don't want to have to do any of that. You want it to be as simple as possible so you can get the best position available. And that's another thing that these guys are they're expert at. Not only in straight pool, but in 9 ball and 10 ball and rotation and. All right, he's going to hit the top of the stack. Drove down forward a little bit, which is fine.
Okay.
He's got a shot on the 4. He's got a shot on the 9. I think from here he plays the 9 or the 8. If he shoots the 4,
yeah, he's
going to be a little low on the 9. The 9, if he plays the 9, he's going to push the 8 up towards the stack. That's going to cause trouble for him. I think what he should do right from here is play the 8, to be honest with you. He'll play the 8.
taking the angle and going to that pack.
Exactly. Take what the table gives you. If he's got a break shot, shoot it. He'll have the 9 next, or if he comes forward, he might have the 7. He might push something else out. See?
He actually worked on
he
2
missed
clusters at the same time.
Yeah, you missed it though.
Ah, everything except.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing. You have to make the ball. You still
Okay.
have to make the shot that you're shooting at. But you can see what happened. The rack just came apart. He had to do nothing with the cue ball. All you had to do is focus on the 8. Just let that slip a little bit, and he's going to give Thorston a chance back at the table.
Yeah, here's a fellow who you want to give an open rack to.
Oh, absolutely. He needs some help, doesn't he? I'm going to have to work with him after this match is over. He'll show him some finer points of the game. Like he needs that. The only problem he's got right now is the 10 and 7, it looks like, which he can get to no problem. He'll take care of it right now. Looks like he's got the 11. He'll cut that into the 8, and he'll draw up into the 10. Looks like he'll have the 9 next after that. I don't know. He's going to come forward, it looks like. No, he drew it up, but well,
I don't know.
that didn't work out very well because everything's still kind of tied up. I can't tell.
It's actually more tied up.
Well, it might not be that bad. The 7 and 10 could be straighter in than it looks here, so he might have an easy combination, and it looks like the 11 might go past the 14, if that's the 11. Well, he can go into him right now. He'll play the 9 and go into him again. Now he's going to go forward. He's going to go on the other side. He's going to take care of the strike ball on the other side of the table, which is a good shot because he's going to do that. See, that's a simpler route. He can stop right there. He's got a cut on the
Right.
take the 11 on the side, and he'll come down table and break this stuff up. You see, he finds the easy way out.
Well, he came
Yeah.
lower than I thought.
Me too. See, I guess he doesn't want to go into him, but
Nope.
he had the perfect opportunity to go into him. Looks like he would have had the 10 ball next. He still has an angle. He could still do it. You see, he's looking at the combination.
Yes,
it might
yes.
be easier. Combination might be, more on than we're looking at, than we can see
Yeah,
from here.
particularly if he had gone into them, who knows what he would have gotten exactly. So
Well,
he must think it's makeable, or easily makeable.
Yeah, and again, that's what happens. Like when you start going into stuff that aren't really touching, you cause more trouble than you solve. He'll just come forward again. He's got to be careful.
He's got to go for the clear the single ball first. It goes.
Yeah, the combination must be a lot more straighter than it looks. And again, that's perfect for him. He can just draw this back a little bit. He could punch it hard and have the 7 come across to have the 7 in the other corner if there is a bit of an angle.
No, he's just nursing it. But
Yeah, perfect. I think he just kind of comes forward a little bit with this, and he's got the 1 up in the corner or the 4 on the side. If he can get straight enough on the 10 almost, you know, if he can get really close to the 6, he can draw off the 10 and break them out. He can go into him from here if he wanted. Or he can go above him, he's got the 1. That'll work.
Okay, they shouldn't take much energy to open up.
No, 6 will come down table. That other strap will go towards the side rail. Oh, it didn't even touch. It wasn't even touching. That works. Yeah, he's going to leave the 3 as the break shot, and he's going to leave the 4, it looks like, as his key ball. 1 rail, a little bit of high left. Come up past that other stripe. Simple enough. Looks like he'll play the 13, come 1 rail up for the 6 in the lower left-hand corner, and get angle on the 4, it looks like, with a 5 to get on the 3. Again, you see he's working with that triangle.
Right.
He's got the last 3 balls are in a triangle, and it's almost a stop, stop, stop. And that's what they look for because it's so much easier to get out. But he's got a little bit more angle than he wanted. He can't just play a stop shot. It looks like he's going to go into the 4. So he might want to come forward between the 5 and 3. They'll give him a shot on the 5 in the other side corner, and they'll still be able to get out. Or he might just play a stop shot, force the cue above the 5, and play the 5 in the lower right-hand pocket. It all depends on what kind of angle he's got. But he can't just play a simple stop.
Nope.
He'll come too close to that 5 ball. He's going to drift it forward a little bit, it looks like. And he underhit it. So he wanted to come between him and play the 5 on the other side. Now he might have to play the 3. If he plays the 3 as a stop shot almost and drifts towards the side rail, see what he's doing now, he'll have an angle on the 5 to come into the pack. It's not very conventional break shot, but he don't care. He's still going to break the balls open. That's why they make 6 pockets, right? See? Perfect.
There we go. So in 20 games last week in New Jersey, there was 1 side pocket break shot.
Really?
And they say that years ago, Ralph Greenleaf, that was his standard break shot.
Right. I guess it comes down to whatever you're comfortable with. You know, a lot of players won't play this type of a break shot because you're actually forcing the cue ball into the side of the stack, almost directly into the side of the stack, where you're not having a glancing shot into the side of the pack. And the cue ball tends to get stuck a little bit. You know, and also you don't want to hit them that hard because the side pockets, if you're not straight in on the side pocket, if you got a bit of an angle, it makes it a tough hole to hit. You see, if he kind of hits right in between 2 balls right now, like a, instead of glancing off one towards the pocket, he could stick right in the pack. But knowing Thorston, I think he's going to pound this one.
He's going to come off the top too?
He's just going to hit a high ball and he's going to drill right through the stack.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, see, he hooked underneath the stack. He's got a shot. 15's open, but you see how you hit it full in the pack, nothing really, it doesn't really explode. You don't get that good break shot. That's why a lot of players don't use the side pockets. He's just going to think about what he's got. He's got a lot of trouble right now.
Mm-hmm.
For the normal person, it's his trouble. For him, he's probably thinking, you know, I think I'm going to get a turkey sandwich after I run out here.
Okay, there's the first part of the puzzle.
That's it. Now,
Okay.
if he wants, he can play the 8 in the side and go into him again. The side pocket is pretty big at this angle. It's almost straight into it. and it's straight into the side pocket. It's actually a bigger pocket than the corners.
Okay.
He'll go straight into the 4, but
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go down below and go into the pack here, but he won't have an insurance ball.
exactly.
This is going to be a little faith involved in this one.
Yeah. He's going to hit the 2, and depending on what side of the 2 he comes off of, I think he's going to hit this one hard. He wants to come off maybe the top side of the 2. Perfect. The 4 ball kept him from going way up table. And now he's got the 6. He does have a little cluster right there. But if he gets rid of the 11, it looks like, the 14 will go past it, or the 10 ball will go past it. And that'll take care of that. The 9's a break shot already. And again, he's thinking tuna fish or egg salad for lunch. What do I want to get? I'm going to get a pickle. I'm going to get a Diet Pepsi. Maybe a bag of chips. You really think he's thinking straight pool right now? He ain't thinking that. He's thinking, you know, I got to put another quarter in the meter outside. My car is parked outside. But these guys are just so comfortable around the table. That's another good point. These players differentiate themselves from an amateur player because they don't overthink a problem. Okay, and what I like to say is that your brain is tripping you up. Your brain is in the way. You're tripping over your brain because you're thinking too much. If you think long, you're thinking wrong. They see the problem, they diagnose the problem, they eliminate the problem. They don't overwork it. They don't let their brain trip them up. And that's what happens a lot of times with a lot of amateur players. They'll overthink something, they'll overanalyze, they'll make it a lot harder than it needs to be, you know. And the simple rule of thumb is KISS, KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. And that works.
Well, I know drinking while driving is a great evil, but shooting pool while thinking also causes accidents.
Absolutely. And again, if you notice, when the top players are playing really good, when they're on their game, they're running rack after rack, it doesn't look like they have time to think. They're not thinking. They're just executing. They see what has to be done, and they just do it. There's no thought process. They don't have to worry about it. It's all mechanical. You know, it's repetition. I'm going to shoot this, and I'm going to get over here. I'm going to play this one next and get over here. And that's it. You know, they've done it 1,000 times. They don't need to do it no more. He might go into it right here. 2 rails out of the lower right-hand corner. Oh, he just drew it straight back. No, it's not a bad shot. He's got a shot in the 10, and that's all he needed to do. He just accepted what the table said. I got the 10. From there, you can break everything open. You don't need to really explode the pack. And coming down from the top of the rack, it gives him a better position to stay in control of the table. That really didn't come apart the way he wanted.
No.
Now he's going to have to sacrifice his T-ball to get out of the pickle that he's in right now. See, he's working on a plan B right now.
He's going all the way up?
Yeah, he's going to come up and down. He's going to get on the 7. He can play a draw shot on the 7 to keep the cue right there because he's going to hit the 2. He'll have the 11 next, and wherever the 2 ends up, he'll get on it when he plays the 11. And then from there, he'll get position on the 9. Even if the 2 goes in here, it wouldn't make a difference to him because he'll be on the 11 ball. That's the 2 or the 6. Kind of hard to tell. I think it's a 6.
Okay, there.
And again, he can play this anyway. He can just soft roll the 11 in to have the cue stay onto the 6 and go 2 rails. Or come above it. And with the right-hand spin, come 2 rails. Any way he wants. He can hit this soft again, too, with the little right-hand spin to come up and play the side pocket break shot again.
No, he's coming from the top. There it is.
Just hit a little
Beautiful
harder.
angle, yeah.
But those are the options. You know, he's got so many different chances, so many different paths he can take.
I think that was probably an easier way to go than to try for a side pocket break.
Absolutely.
The art production facility.
We're going to put up some
Revolutionary
sponsor
When you step to the table,
stuff, some videos here, some clips. These are the sponsors that help make this event
a
happen.
player's cue ready for action.
By all means, if you guys get a chance to stop in and say hello to these guys, or email them, shoot them an email, or
Fury cues and
stop by them at the booth. If you see them at an event somewhere, stop by and say thanks. They're the reason you guys get to watch this action in your living room. You don't have to go anywhere. Bring it right to your bedroom. There he goes. Looks like he's got the 12 or the 7. I don't really see any problems at all here.
Well, I think we could say fairly that he got them apart.
Oh yeah. The only issue is the 5 and 1, and that looks like it could be easily broken up. That's not too much of an issue for him. He's just trying to figure out, how do I get there? You know, he looks at the lay of the table, and he says, what can I do from here? He tried to go into him right there.
Well, okay, he's got stuff up table to get out of. But
Yeah. Well, I think he still would have had the, what is it, the 12 maybe? Under the 4?
can't really see from the monitor.
Yeah. He's got the 6 on the side too, it looks like, so. It was a calculated risk he took, knowing that he would have some options if things didn't go right.
Guess he doesn't see it.
Yeah, he might be a little more tied up on that 6 than it looks. But again, not really an issue for him. It does look like the 14. He can make the 14 under the 4 ball. So I really don't see that much of an issue. He might play the 6 now and then a 14.
That's what it looks like.
He might even be able to shoot the 4 from here. Or he can go forward on the 15, it looks like, and play the 10 or the 8. But he's still kind of got to get that problem solved. Got to get the 4 ball out of there. They might go into him right now off this ball. And he missed him again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he overhit it. Now he's got no shot.
Right, he ran out of bullets.
Yeah, exactly. Kept missing his target. You know, now he's got to reload right now. He's got to play that combo.
Yeah, he's got to.
Yeah, this is definitely missable, being as close as it is. He's trying to figure out what he's going to have next. He's got to cut it thin. He can either play it with inside and come up into the bunch, or play it maybe a little bit of spin, side spin outside, and get above the rack.
Yeah, that's I think.
That would be the best bet. I think the 8 was above, and the top ball in that combination is going to stay by that side rail too, so that'll work either way for him. Yeah, perfect. Oh, we missed? Oh. Yeah, he came around to get up on the rack, and he actually missed the combo. Well, he was up there too. I think he had, looks like 77. Warren Kiamco's got 27, it looks like. There you have it. Now Warren's got one shot, it looks like. He's a little unfortunate. Everything kind of clumped
Yeah,
up
he had to
there.
start with the combination, nothing else to do, and try to get them open. Well,
He's going to play. He's got another combination. He can cut the 8, but it's an awfully long stretch for him.
mm-hmm.
Alvin just informed us we got 900 people watching him. Ustream.tv is where the stream is going to be located too. You can go InsidePoolMag.com. NYC Grind is sponsoring the stream. You got to thank all of these guys: Dragon Promotions, CNG Gas, Steinway Billiards. Yeah, I mean, this is the best action you're going to get. And how clear is the picture? We're kind of stuck off in the corner somewhere with a little itty-bitty monitor we're looking at. So the colors are a little bit difficult for us to differentiate from, but
Is he accepting this combination?
I don't know. He's going to have to. You see, you know what this tells me also? It tells me that he doesn't know how to play left-handed. Because he can reach over and cut that 8 left-handed if he knew how to play. It's a difficult cut shot, but, you know, come on. Looks like the 2's going to go past.
Yeah.
He might have did he have enough?
Oh,
Yeah,
whoa.
wow. Yeah, he brushed that in off the facing. He didn't have too much room to spare right there. All right, so looks like he'll get out of the inning at least. He's got a 4-ball break shot. He's got a 10-ball break, 14-ball break shot. He's just got to pick one and go with it. All right, now again, he's just going to pick around the stack here. You know, he's only got 4 balls to make. He's looking for that last 3 triangle, the last 3-ball triangle. Now, he might not actually be looking for that. He might not, his straight game might not be developed enough to look for that. He's going to have to play, his last 3 aren't going to make a triangle. He's going to have to play, it looks like the 10-14 4. Again, he's good enough to get out. But again, you see, he doesn't really have that triangle.
No.
And that's what these guys do better than anybody. You know, they find that triangle. He might roll this forward with a little high right and play the 14 in the corner where he's at now.
Yeah, that's the play. I was a little baffled because I think he was a little baffled until he clicked.
Yeah. He's got to see it. You know, the shot's there. He's just got to see it. Now he can play this 1 rail and come back across the table. If he does that, though, I would prefer to play 2 rails here. Come off that 2nd rail. See, once you come off that 2nd rail, you're always in position. You're always in line. If you try and play just the 1 rail across, if you come up short, you're dead straight. You know what I'm saying? And this specific instance, if you're playing 2 rails, even if you come up short, you're still in position. And it's easy to control the cue ball. Again, he's got a thin cut. Shouldn't have to do much with it. You know he's going to hit the pack. High ball. Right into the stack. That's it. Shouldn't be an issue, for him. He's good enough. He's a good enough player. He shouldn't have to worry about it. He's going to hit this one kind of hard. He doesn't really need to hit it that hard. Just firm. Perfect. But
everything ran away from him to the other side of the table.
Wow. He might have the 11. The 8's in the way for the two bottom balls. He's got to look for a dead one. He might play the 5. It looks like the 5 off the 11. Might be the only thing he's got in there. Alvin's kind of messing up our video right now. He's got his head in the way, trying to work on some technicals. But that's all right. Warren's working on some technicals himself right now. Warren would like to take
We're home watching this on radio.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason they got me in the booth, because it's not really, I don't have to see me. So he's got to look. Again, he's got to see. He's got to try and find something. He can play a safety off the 1, it looks like. If he wants to thin the 1 towards the 8 and go 1 or 2 rails up table, and he wants to stay on the side of the table that the 1 is on.
Right.
So he might want to play 3 rails across. Thin cut on the 1, come 2, 3 rails, and get far enough up table, he won't leave him a shot. If he banks the 1 in towards the 8, 2 rails up way towards the end of the rail, end of the table. If he's too close to the side that he's standing on now, Thorston will have the 11.
Right.
If he's on the same rail that the 1's on, Thorston might think about playing that. He might not just get up there and fire at that one. But that looks like a rack that came apart when I break them. I'll break them, they'll all come apart, and I'll be on the side rail, and everything will be lined up that nothing goes anywhere.
Uh-oh, that was the 1 pocket break.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's trying
is he shooting the 11?
I don't think he can see it. He's trying to find something. Oh, he looks like he's going to bank the 1. Now, he might be just calling it. I don't know why he would be calling it to make it. If he plays it and makes it, he'll have the 11. That's what I see. But,
and if he
you're playing Thorston Hohmann. Thorston only needs...
if he plays it for a bank and he misses, Hohmann's got the 11.
Exactly, that's what I mean. You want to give Thorston a chance to take.
Well, he's psyched. Is he
might
calling
see something? He might see something.
That carom?
I don't know. The 6 went in. Nice. Guess he saw that kiss. You see, that's why you got to look at the rack. You got to examine it.
Was he rewarded?
Yeah. Well, he's got the 11 at the very least. And again, it's not a very difficult shot. It's a typical break shot. I don't think he's going to have any chance of scratching. And yeah, he looked like he got far enough. He could play the stripe in the bottom right. And then from there, he should be able to get up table and have a couple of shots. He should be able to get back into the stack. He could be drawing this straight back to where he's at now. 1 rail, he's got angle on the 9, it looks like. Now we can go right into him.
Here we break them.
Yep. You don't have to hit it hard. He'll have the 8, it looks like, if he gets stuck in the pack. If they push up a little bit, he'll have the 1. Only issue he really has is that if he pushes stuff up into the 14. Yeah,
That got a little messy.
It did. It didn't really come apart the way he wanted, but I think he still got the 8 ball. Well, he might not the way he's acting.
He keeps on trying to stick his cue into the floor.
Yeah, see, I think he's got the 8. I think the 8 will go in. Perfect.
Okay, we should be able to head fresh air from here.
Yeah. Again, it's a little straighter than he wants on this shot, but he can play forward with the spin, high left, and he might be able to get above the 1. He might draw this back a little bit if he can kind of punch it to the end rail with spin and get back, kind of where the cue ball, the chalk is on the lower left-hand pocket. If he can get back there, he'll have a shot in the side pocket. It looks like he'll be able to get out. He's going to go forward and try to spin it above the 1. Yep, perfect, just enough. He's off and running again. Again, it's a pretty simple layout, but he's taking his time. He wants to make sure he knows what's going on. I think from here he plays the 5. He's going to play this on the side. He'll go up table and get the 5 out of there. He doesn't need that. And he wants to leave himself something to get onto after he plays the 5. A lot of times players will pick apart everything down the end of the rack here, and then they'll go up and get something, and then they have nothing to get on once they play the top ball.
Right.
You kind of get in trouble that way, which again is not good. But that's why he's taking his time, I guess, because he just doesn't see the pattern. It's just not as apparent to him from here. For the life of me, I wouldn't see why he would play the 7 inside.
Okay, he's going to the side and going to go up.
Yeah, he'll come for the 5 next. It's just simple. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue. The cue ball wants to go in that direction. Might as well get rid of the 5. Now we can go down to the 3, the 7, the 14. You might want to leave the 14 as a break shot. If he plays the 3, he can get down towards maybe the 6. You know, if he can get past the 14, looks like he can play the 6 or the 1 or the other stripe ball. All 3 of them will go in the lower left. Yeah, he wants to leave that, I guess it's the 10 as his break shot. That's all he's got, really. And he's trying to take great pains not to have to play it next. All right, yeah, he chose to get in there with the 7, which is good. Now he'll just come between the 6 and the 10. Or he can go under him with the high ball. That might not be a bad shot either. This way he doesn't have to run the risk of going into the 10. But yeah,
he drew and soft draw and drew it over there instead of using a rail.
Exactly. Now he'll play the 10, nudge the 6 out. 6 could end up being a break shot after this. And he'll have the 1 next. Or if he just wants to hit it and open them up, he'll still have the 1. So he did a good job pushing the 6 out. Now which one do you want? I'd actually like the 6. A little bit closer to the stack. A little bit bigger pocket that he has to aim for than the 10. What? How do you get on the 6? Let me see.
Those are important questions.
Yeah, he's going to play the 1. He's going to use the 3 as his key ball. See, he's got that triangle.
Yeah.
But it's way too big. You want to keep that below the side pocket. This way, everything, like I said, is almost like a stop, stop, stop. Because now he's in trouble. Not in trouble, but he's got to do things with the cue ball. He's got to think. He's got to try and figure out how to get up table. He's got to get angle. He's got to get on the right side. He's got to put spin on his cue ball. And these are the things that you think about when you have to shoot this, which that's why I tell you, you trip over your own brain. You know, you let your brain get in the way because now he's got to think about what to do. When a good player is playing, they're just firing balls and they're not thinking of nothing.
Well, he's also gone for an extension. He's got shorter man, and he's got a long reach.
Right. But I think he's pretty good with the extension and the bridge. You know, he's had that height disadvantage most of his life, I would imagine. I think it was something he was kind of born with. But he'd get used to it. Look at all the Filipinos. I don't think you can stack 4 of them on top of each other. It wouldn't be 10 feet. That's, I mean, Alvin's a short guy. You know, no offense, Alvin, but in the Philippines, he's like Godzilla. He's Godzilla over there. Now he's got to kind of force this one over.
Yeah.
You know, high right, kind of punch it over.
I'm not sure he's all the way. He's on the wrong side of the ball.
Alvin just called me. I'm not fat, Alvin. I'm vertically challenged. Okay, I'm the perfect weight for someone 7'12". Okay. But he got out. Now he's a little straighter than what he wanted. You know, do you want to be in this position when you break? No. You know, you want to be outside, close to the side rail. You want to have that natural angle. Now he's not going into the stack. Is it possible to hit the rack? Yes. Is it probable? No. You know, and that's these are the shots that you don't want to have to shoot because now you have to do something.
Right. He also doesn't want to give up the table.
Exactly. He's got to play this with a tremendous amount of high right to try and catch that rack, which he did. And he
wasn't sure he got rewarded, but
exactly.
Get some balls out.
But that's the risk you take. You know what I'm saying? When you're forcing things to happen, well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
You had a camera on the table, though. Did you have a camera scanning? Did you have a camera sitting on the table?
Now he's got to think about what he wants to do. I don't know if he's got a combo on the side or the corner, maybe. So he's going to think about what he's doing. I don't know if he's got a safety shot. I can't tell what he's going to do from here. Looks like he played. Yeah, he played in the side. Now he's still got to think about what he's got to do because he doesn't have any other break shots. He's got nothing really to get into the pack with. I mean, it's possible he can play the 9-ball on the side with a little bit of a draw shot to get over onto the 11 or 13. And from there, maybe he might be able to draw it one rail into the stack. You know, again, but you're asking for way too much. Once you ask too much, you get nothing. You see, now he's got a shot on the. He's going to play safe. He's going to have to play safe and just roll this up. And again, which is not really great, but that's all he's got.
Well, he's looking at the stack now, and if he safes the way we think he's going to safe, he's not going to disturb it any further. So it's not like the kind of a safe off the pack where you make something dead.
The only problem is that Thorston can easily glance off the 1 and bring the cue ball back up table again and not leave him anything. So even though he's got to play safe, it's not really going to be a great safe because he can thin, either ball. The 11 looks like maybe, or the 1 probably. Excuse me, and come 1 or 2 rails, and Warren's going to be in a tough spot again.
On table 18, Mr. Earl Herring and Mr. Jerry Tarantola.
Warren, he's looking at a combination. He's looking at a carom.
On table number 23, Mr. Jose
He wants to play the 1-ball.
And Mr. Eddie Kwok.
That's what he wants to do.
On table 24, Mr. Dennis Hatch.
He's going to go for it. He's not afraid to shoot it. I mean, if it goes, great. He'll definitely get rewarded. See what he does.
Perfect. There it is.
Perfect. He hit that one perfect.
And our final match out on the floor is the 6 p.m. round on table 15.
And he's got the 1. Now he's got options. He can keep getting out. That works. That works for him. He's back in control of this rack now. He's got 48, it looks like, and Thorston's got 77. Lawrence might be trailing by almost 30 balls, but he's in the driver's seat right now.
And he's also been inventive because he's made, I think I've counted 5 multiple ball shots, combinations of caroms,
Exactly.
getting himself out of difficulties.
Right. Yeah, well, he looks at the pack and he sees it. You know, a lesser player won't see that shot, and he'll have to play it safe, and the run comes to an end. You let your opponent back at the table, and you got a chance of losing. Guy can't beat you if he's in the seat, you know. Can't beat you from a chair. Just got to think about a break shot. It looks like the 11 on the bottom, 11 or the 13. Looks like it's high enough. He can use that as a break.
I know.
He's going to draw this ball. I don't know what he wanted to do there.
No,
Maybe he wanted to push the 11 closer to the stack.
I was waiting for you to explain it to me. I don't understand what that purpose of that was.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that one out either. He still might be thinking about trying to get something closer to the break. You know, a better break shot. But he's got the 13. You might as well go with it. You're running out of options. You do got to get the 4 ball off the rail. He's got things he's got to do. He can go for the 4 ball now. If he plays the 11, it looks like in the side and just follows up, he'll have the 4. And then he'll have 2 or 3 different shots he can get on after he plays the 4. Well, he's thinking of what he's doing. I'm going to give a shout out to Luke. Luke was a friend of mine on Facebook. He gave me a message today. Told me to give him a shout out if he's on there. I forgot what his username was. Luke knows who he is, though. If you're listening, buddy, how you doing, pal? All right, yeah, he'll play the 4 next. He can come down. He can play the 10, it looks like, after that. He'll have plenty of options. He's just thinking about what he's got to do. Very methodical, not in a rush. He's just going to draw this one back a bit. Well, he wanted to be a bit further than that. He didn't stroke that one that well.
Scratch your head again.
Yeah, because he's either got to play his break shot now, or the 8 and a side, which he doesn't like, or the 10. And the 10, if he plays that, he's going to come close to the 6. Or the 2 ball. Looks like maybe I think that's a 6. Nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got right back into position. Yeah, he can play this either 1 rail or 2 rails past the stripe. Use the 8 as the key ball and keep going. Close the gap a little bit. Perfect.
There he is, yep.
Perfect. It's pretty much a stop shot. He might go to the end rail. Either way, he had a little bit more angle than he wanted, so. And he can still go into the bottom of the stack. A little bit of a high ball from there, from 2 rails. Break him open and off he goes. Looks like he's at 63. So home at 77, so he's within a rack from that big deficit that he had. He's got a chance to take it right here from Hohmann. No, because Hohmann missed that one cut out of that
That's right.
combination.
That's right.
Let me give a quick shout out though. The tournament sponsors: Championship Cloth, Tour Edition, Fury Cues, Aramith Balls, Master Chalk, Pool and Billiard Mag, Amsterdam Billiards, NAPL, which I think is Tony Robles's, Charlie Ames. He's taking the photography today. There he goes. He just decided to draw it instead of go forward. Either way, he's got plenty of shots from here. You only need that one, though. That's what I try and tell people. You only really need the one after the break. And that's what he's got, because from one, you can get many. But you got to have that one. He's going to play the 4 now, and he's going to go into him. A little bit risky, because he doesn't have anything left. You know, he's not guaranteed. But everything is wide open enough. He's going to go into him with enough force. If he decides to go into him, I think he will. He'll have a shot after this. He should have something.
Should.
But
should.
Yeah, see, it was a little bit risky, but
yeah,
he does have a cut shot on that. Looks like the 5 and a side.
Yeah.
He'll have to play it. And again, it's not really what he's going to play that. What's he going to have after that if he makes it?
Yeah, and he's shooting away from everything, and he's also got to shoot over balls to do it.
It's got to be jacked up. He'll probably make it. He might have the 6 next. Oh, he caught the point. No, he caught the point. Oh, he's going to give Thorston a chance to get back. Thorston only needs 22 balls, 23 balls.
The slow speed also probably influenced the path of that ball.
Yeah.
Because he was torquing it. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens too if you have to roll something in, you know. You're letting the cloth have an effect of the line the ball's taking. A little bit of chalk, a little bit of humidity, a little bit of dirt on the cloth. The ball could waver from there, It doesn't have to go straight. And Thorston, he's already solved the rack already. Took apart every problem that there was right now, whatever was left. The only issue is the 3 really on the side rail, but the 5 is right there. Simple enough. Yeah, I really see no issues for Thorston right now. He's got to get a break shot. Looks like the 2 ball is a good break shot. The 11's okay. It's a little high. 8 ball is a little close to the pack. I'm not sure if that'll make a good break shot. But he'll figure something out. He's going to try and get on the 8 ball next.
Yep.
This way he'll have the 2, 9, or 6, whatever he wants in that side. No, a little too much angle to get on the 8.
No, he's...
I'm not sure if he can play the 9.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's looking like the 9 ball clears.
Oh, he decided to nudge out the 2, I guess. Well, I'm not kind of sure. I'm not sure what he wanted to do with that. I mean, I guess he's going to play the 8 as his break shot. If he plays the 8, he can leave the 14 as his key ball, and he'll be straight in line. He'll hit the pack. That's probably what he's going to do from here. You know, he'll play the 2-6-10 or 2-10-6, 3-14 it looks like. Or he'll use the 6 as his key ball.
That's what it's looking like
Either way,
now.
yeah. Again, these guys are so well at doing this. They're so good at doing this. You know, there's more than one way to get out. After this rack is over, Thorston's not going to need the full rack in the next one to win this match against Warren. So that might affect how he takes apart the rack. It really shouldn't. I mean, if he only needs 2 or 3, he won't go into them that hard. He'll push out 2 or 3 and that's it. You don't want to explode the rack and take a chance of getting stuck.
Right.
And give Warren a complete out, an easy out. You know, so we'll have to see what he comes up with, what he needs next. But he's going to need a majority of them. Now he come up real thin on the 8. It's hard to tell from this angle if he's even going to hit the pass.
That's
He might.
the words came from my mouth. You know, I don't think he can see the rack.
Yeah, he definitely wanted another 6 inches on that one.
Yeah, those, to my mind, these top ball break shots very close to the spot
Right.
have such small windows. You know,
It looks like he'll hit it.
yeah,
He'll clip the 11, it looks like. And yeah, if he can hit the 11 full enough, he's just gonna he'll hit it good. He'll break it open enough. He's got 87. He's got 88. It looks like. If he makes this, he'll need 11. And if he makes this, the rack, you know, if he hits that 11 ball, the speed at which he has to make it, that he has to use to make the 8, he's going to open him up. He'll have another shot. I'll predict he'll have another shot. The only thing is that he's got to make that 8 ball.
well, that part's taken care of, and now it's looking.
It's looking a lot better for him.
Yeah.
You know, but he's got to pay attention a little bit because he's only got 1 or 2 shots he can use to get into the stack. Didn't really open up the way he wanted it
No.
to.
If you found that cluster, there's no balls going anywhere that I can see.
Looks like the bottom solid here, the 4 or the 5. Looks like the 5. Michael passed the 6 and 3.
Yeah, once you clear it, yeah.
Exactly. Once he gets that 7 out of the way. But getting over to that spot is the issue. Now, he could play the 9 now and draw into the 1. That might not be a bad option because if he hits the 1 and just touches him a little bit, he'll have the 7. You know, that'll be his option to break him open a little bit. He'll still have a safety shot. And hopefully from there he'll be able to get on something else. You know, it didn't really spread the way you wanted it to.
Oh.
But again, that's asking a lot. He's just going to maybe roll forward. He might not try and draw it. Yeah, he did. Well, he might have pushed the 1 up far enough he could shoot the 3 now in the opposite corner. That might have worked out. He might have a 6-4 combo or 6-5 combo. He might have a 2-10 combination.
Yeah, he's got to.
Yeah.
Because the 3-ball loose cluster by the side pocket is no help at all.
No. Yeah, he's trying to get a
Yeah.
ball, it looks like. He might have played a 2-10. Yeah, he's going to play that
Yep.
combination. He doesn't want to have to do this, but again, it's...
No, but he rolled it really slow, so he got close to his work.
Yeah, that's all he's got, so he's got to play it. This is going to be it for him. If he makes this, I predict he'll get out. He'll win this match. Upset.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now he's
Unlike
got
the last combination that gave Kiamco the table, as you recall.
Exactly. Yeah, but he took care of that one. He made sure he took care of it. He didn't want to give up another table there. He needs the majority of these balls. Now what he's going to do here, actually, he's going to play the break shots. He doesn't need to break them open again. So he'll get those out of the way. This way, if he does miss,
That's right.
Warren won't have a break shot.
Absolutely.
And that's strategic right there. That's something else an amateur won't think of. He only needs 11. Well, let me get all the break balls out of the way. I'll leave the stuff that's tough, stuck up on the corners by the side, clusters. He doesn't need to get into them.
Right.
This way, if he does miss down a rack, Warren's not going to have an easy out. He won't have an easy break shot. He's going to have to make something happen.
So actually, when you're playing the last short rack, you have to sort of think backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Count backwards what you need. Exactly. Why go into a cluster of 2 or 3 balls if you only need 7? Let Warren have to deal with that if you make a mistake. He's got the 4, he's got the 1, then he'll go into the bottom 2. I mean, he can go any way he wants from here. I think he needed 12, so he's going to leave 3 on the table. He only needs 3 from here.
Those.
And there you have it.
Yep.
I think this is it, folks. This is all he needs.
There it is.
Oh, Thorston Hohmann defeats Warren Kiamco. We saw it was a good match between both players. I mean, there was a couple of mistakes that both players made. Thorston seemed to have a much stronger game, though a much steadier game, much more solid game than Warren, and it showed. You know, but congratulations to Thorston. Another good victory for him. Warren's not out of it yet, though, because it's still like a round-robin format.
Right, absolutely. And but the difference between the two players, Warren, excellent player, improvising, scratching his head,
Exactly.
and Thorston, another day at the office.
Exactly, exactly. He took control of it. He knew what he was going to do. On the other hand, Warren didn't really know what he was going to do. He looked a little unsure of himself.